Okay, so we're going to learn how to do a regression using SPSS. We're going to focus on multiple regression, the output that you saw in your slides, looking at what predicts the income, if we're just solely focusing on education or if there are some other factors. So I guess this is old hat for you by now, but let's go up to our Analyze tab, click on that, go down to our regression, if you can see where that is, and let's go over to linear. Just for a second, look at this box that's here. You can see the different types of regression that you can do with SPSS. We're not going to get into many of them now, but if you really wanted to move into more statistical modeling, SPSS is a pretty powerful program to be able to get that done for you. So go ahead and click on linear, and you can see that on the left hand side these are the variables that are in our data set, and we have boxes that we're going to pull our variables into. First one's going to be your dependent variable, and then you're going to see a box for your independent variable or variables. So let's go ahead, and since we're trying to predict income, go ahead and pull the income variable into our dependent measure. Again, we have already defined the fact that we have our dependent variable being income, and then we're interested in individuals' level of education. We were also talking about how someone's sex, someone's age, their years in service could play into this. So let's just stick with these three variables for now. We don't want to, four variables, I'm sorry. We don't want to overdo it too much. Now, I'm just going to show you how to go over here. If you click on the statistics box, you can see that we have different options here. If you were interested in making sure that the variables were not correlated with one another, you'd click on your collinearity diagnostic. And if you were going to do multiple changes, meaning if you were going to do this model and then another model and then another model, say you're going to add another variable but one step at a time, you're going to want to click on your R-squared change. We're not going to get into that, and it's a little bit advanced for what you're doing, but just wanted to alert you to it. Also, if you're interested, you can look at your confidence intervals, but I don't think that that's really all that important right now. So go ahead and click cancel. We're just going to go ahead and run your statistics. So go down to your go down to OK, click it, and you can see what comes up. Here's our basic regression output, and as you remember from the slide, you have three primary boxes: your model summary, your ANOVA, which we've already covered, and then your coefficients. So this is where you're going to look to find out what you want to interpret. Again, just as a quick summary, your model summary is basically telling you how good of a fit or whether or not the model is actually significant. Now in this instance, it's actually kind of rare that what you'll find is your R-squared, which is relatively small, and then your adjusted R-squared. Again, the difference there really sort of looking at whether or not you have significant missing values. Your R-squared, you're going to report that out, and it's relatively low. Again, this is trying to capture the amount of variation. How much variability did you capture with your predictors, so with your independent variables? Only capturing 0.124, let's just say that's 12% of the variation. So if you just multiply that number times 100, you'll get about 12%. That's a pretty low amount, so we're not really capturing a good amount of our variability in someone's income just by those four variables that we looked at: your education, sex of respondent, age of respondent, and number of years of profession. So looks like we don't have a significant model down with your ANOVA. And again, I would go back and just click on those slides if you have to go and take a look at how to interpret this. Okay?